Hello ladies and laddies, I'm Newts, and for those of you into 1. Speedrunning, 2. Niche games, and 3. Monetary incentives, then you are in luck, because the Flushed Away Speedrunning community is offering $100 to the person who can recreate and explain the infamous box skip of the console version of the game. What is box skip? Why do we need it? Who even am I? Well, before we get to these pertinent and quite frightening questions, let me build this up with some backstory. If you already know said lore or are just interested in the bounty, then skip to the next chapter of this video. In short, Flushed Away is a game based off of the 2006 hit film of the same name. Specifically, we are speaking of the console version as mentioned earlier, not the Nintendo DS and Game Boy Advance versions of the game. The speedrun community had its humble beginnings when Lance, an astute glitch hunter and speedrunner, created the board in October of 2015. Super Squonk and Skate for a Livin', two speedrunners full of their own rich history, made their own contributions and helped push towards the sub 1 hour mark. For reference, HowLongToBeat.com cites that of the users that completed it, the game took around 4 hours to beat. The closest that the three could get was Super Squonk's 1 hour, 2 minute, and 38 second run in September of 2017. Then, in February of 2018, new user Newts would take the record and break that sub-hour barrier with a 55-minute, 43-second run. Since then, 2 tasks of the game, individual level leaderboards, an official Discord, and so much more was created from the community's growth. The current world record is 52 minutes and 7 seconds for any percent. As the community grows, the record will eventually get past the sub 50 mark. If enough work is put in, sub 45 for RTA could be possible, whether it's conquering task strats and using them in real time, or new strats. During these 6 years, many discoveries were made that would slowly but surely cut this time down, whether it's jumping under a wall to skip half a level, gaining multiple jumps in the air, or even cheating death. However, one little skip that just saves a few seconds in the second area of the 3rd level of the game is so coveted.
Like, I wish... New skips!
Enter the warehouse box skip, or just box skip for simplicity. Box skip is only a few months younger than the leaderboard itself. Super Squonk, discoverer of the skip, found said trick while messing around in the warehouse. In his own words, he has no idea how it works, and it only happened once. Usually in the warehouse room, the intended way is going around the box on the platforms to the switch that opens the door to the flood room, which you slowly scale down as it is flooded with water. Now, you just need to get to the other side of the box, jump up on top, and jump from the top small box out of bounds where you unload the water. This allows you to skip the entire flood room. With box skip, you would just enter, jump on top of the big box, then the small box, then the rest of the process goes normally, skipping that few seconds of going around. However, that is not the only thing that understanding box skip will do. In the 5th level of the game, where Roddy must chase Rita after his escape, a discovery was made during the task that this rope could be skipped, leading to a bit of time save. The one thing is important to note here. Roddy seems to land on nothing until his feet are past this floor. It almost seems like what is happening in the warehouse room. Rita jumps and is near waist level, but still counts as being grounded and is able to jump again on top of the box. This could potentially be applicable in other sought-after theory skips, like crossing this gap to skip blasting a wall down, or even scaling a pipe in the last room before the vent to the Toad's lair to cut a huge corner. Understanding box skip could be the gateway to understanding the game's collision detection and why certain things work in some situations while others do not. With that out of the way, this is our criteria for earning that money. To start, you must recreate the skip live for absolute proof. It does not matter which version, whether it is on console or emulator, GameCube or PS2, or NTSC or PAL. Do know though that Super Squonk discovered this glitch on a PAL GameCube. The ideal version to use is NTSC GameCube, not emulated. Next, you must find a consistent way to recreate it. Knowing it can be recreated is great, but we already have a skip that can be recreated without any knowledge of why it works. Finally, you must determine if it's possible on at least 3 versions. We have no clue if there is any version disparity, nor do we have any data mining progress past its infancy, but we will do our best to accommodate you with the resources you need for this bounty. Is this worth $100? Yes, we believe so. We wholeheartedly believe that the flushed away speed game is worth every cent. No matter what happens, if it's the greatest discovery that hits our game or ends up being just a bit flip, having the skip figured out will end the years-long mystery that has caused turmoil. If you would like more details on the bounty, want to take the bounty, or wish to take part in the community and do speedruns, the Discord link is below. Thank you for watching, and Godspeed to those who wish to take it on. An update video will be made when the bounty is finished. For now though, I'll see y'all later.